Welcome to the ISO 22000 Food Safety Management System course. In the next 15 minutes, we'll walk through how to build an FSMS from scratch using the PDCA cycle. You'll see how to establish food safety policies, identify hazards, implement prerequisite programs, define critical control points, and drive continual improvement across the food chain. Let's get started. Let's begin with the foundations. ISO 22000 provides a framework for managing food safety hazards across the entire food chain, from farm to fork. It combines the management system approach of ISO standards with HACCP principles and prerequisite programs. Let's define the key terms that form the foundation of food safety management. A food safety management system is the structured framework of policies, procedures, and controls that ensures food products are safe for consumption. ISO 22000 defines what an effective FSMS must include, covering every stage from raw materials through processing, distribution, and retail. HACCP is the internationally recognized methodology for identifying, evaluating, and controlling food safety hazards. ISO 22000 integrates HACCP principles into a broader management system, adding governance, resource management, and continual improvement around the core hazard analysis process. Prerequisite programs are the basic conditions and activities necessary to maintain a hygienic food processing environment. They include cleaning and sanitation, pest control, personnel hygiene, equipment maintenance, and supplier management. PRPs create the foundation on which HACCP controls are built. A critical control point is a specific step in the food production process where a control measure is essential to prevent, eliminate, or reduce a food safety hazard to an acceptable level. Each CCP has defined critical limits, monitoring procedures, and corrective actions. The first phase follows the plan stage of the PDCA cycle, understanding your organization's context, establishing leadership commitment, and planning your food safety management system. Implementation begins with understanding your position in the food chain and establishing governance. Clause 4 requires understanding your organization's context. Identify where you sit in the food chain. Are you a primary producer, processor, distributor, or retailer? Map your interactions with suppliers, customers, and regulators. Define the scope of your FSMS based on your products, processes, and sites. Clause 5 establishes leadership commitment. Top management must set the food safety policy, appoint a food safety team leader, and ensure adequate resources. The food safety policy must be appropriate to your role in the food chain and communicate your commitment to meeting regulatory and customer requirements. Clause 6 covers planning. Identify risks and opportunities that could affect the FSMS, set measurable food safety objectives, and plan how to achieve them. Any changes to products, processes, or equipment must be planned and managed to prevent introducing new food safety hazards. The do phase is the operational heart of the FSMS, prerequisite programs, hazard analysis, and the HACCP plan with its critical control points. Clause 8 is the largest section of the standard, covering everything from prerequisite programs through hazard analysis to the HACCP plan. Prerequisite programs establish the basic hygiene conditions. Facility design prevents cross-contamination. Cleaning schedules maintain sanitary conditions. Pest management keeps contaminants out, and personnel hygiene rules protect products from human source hazards. PRPs must be in place before hazard analysis begins. Hazard analysis systematically identifies every biological, chemical, and physical hazard that could affect your products. Assess the severity of each hazard and the likelihood of occurrence, then determine appropriate control measures. Each hazard is classified. Some require critical control points. Others are managed through operational prerequisite programs. The HACCP plan defines critical limits for each CCP, for example, minimum cooking temperatures or maximum pH levels. Establish monitoring procedures that detect when critical limits are breached, define corrective actions for deviations, and verify that controls are consistently effective. This is where food safety is actively managed in real time. The final phases complete the PDCA cycle with performance evaluation and continual improvement. Clauses 9 and 10 close the loop with monitoring, auditing, management review, and continual improvement. Monitoring and measurement verify that your FSMS works as designed. Track key metrics like CCP compliance rates, supplier conformance, customer complaints, and product testing results. Verification activities confirm that prerequisite programs, hazard analysis, and the HACCP plan remain effective. Internal audits provide an independent assessment of whether your FSMS meets ISO 22000 requirements and your own procedures. Auditors should examine records, observe operations, and interview personnel to build a complete picture of food safety performance. Management review brings together audit results, monitoring data, customer feedback, and food safety incidents for top management evaluation. Decisions on resource allocation, policy updates, and strategic direction for the FSMS come from this review. Continual improvement drives the FSMS forward. When nonconformities occur, investigate root causes and implement corrective actions. Regularly update your hazard analysis as products, processes, or regulations change. The FSMS must evolve with your business and the food safety landscape. Let's close with the most important lessons from ISO 22000 implementation. First, prerequisite programs are the foundation. Without proper facility hygiene, pest control, and personnel practices in place, even the best HACCP plan will fail. PRPs create the baseline conditions that make critical control points effective. Second, hazard analysis must be thorough and systematic. Every biological, chemical, and physical hazard must be identified, assessed for severity and likelihood, and assigned appropriate control measures. Missed hazards are uncontrolled hazards. Third, critical control points need real-time monitoring. When a critical limit is breached, a cooking temperature not reached, a metal detector alarm triggered, corrective action must be immediate. Delayed responses put consumers at risk. And fourth, food safety is a chain. Your FSMS must account for the safety of incoming materials from suppliers, your own processing controls, and the conditions under which products reach consumers. Weakness at any link puts the entire chain at risk. That wraps up our overview of ISO 22000. In the full Udemy course, you'll get 34 detailed lessons covering every clause, practical examples of hazard analysis and HACCP plans, templates for prerequisite programs, and step-by-step guidance through the PDCA cycle. Click the link below or scan the QR code to enroll and start building your food safety management system today. Thank you for watching. If this overview was useful, subscribe for more quality, safety, and management system content. See you in the course.